Ready. Hello everybody, this is Derek once again, coming at you with another stream. We have Lake Dillon is the latest DLC, so we're going to of course check it out and see how this goes. Wait here a minute for the game to pop up. Come on. There we go. We'll bring the latest for everybody. Hopefully you all enjoy. Let me double check. Alright. And really need to go borderless so you guys can hear stuff as it goes on. Cuts the audio out whenever I change anything. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Alright, so Lake Dillon, there it is. It is our latest. Let's go check it out. Let's figure out which direction it is. Here we go. And located in Minnesota, so we'll call it Lake Bob Dylan. 2,000 acres, 11 species, docks, jetties, semi-urban areas. Good. I was wondering if that was going to be the case. I'm glad it is, because that was the one thing I noticed was sort of missing on this end. What's going on with our YouTube stream? I'm not sure. Mine is, there we go. Kick it back on. Thank God I did that. Sorry about that if that stopped on y'all. Alright, so let's go. The Greenway, docks. Alright. There's houses there. Do we want Greenway? Yeah, let's go this way over by the beach and head off down to the right there. You can go in. Thank everybody for joining me. We are live. Virtual Outdoorsman on YouTube. Just Virtual Outdoors on Mixer. And Mudcat Sims on Twitch. So thank you all for joining me on any of those platforms. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get to some fishing. Beautiful Minnesota. And we're just going to zoom down. I want to see... Oh, we got some houses here, but nothing I would call urban environment. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Oh, we even have some depth. That's one thing that's been missing out of a lot of these lakes is any real depth. Let's get down in here. We got some beach houses. Boulder tips. Boulder. Which one? Is that the Colorado one? Oh, look at the size of that fish on them. Sorry, I get distracted easily. If that's the, you know what? I think I'm just gonna have to stop here. Come on. Stop already. That one, I don't have anything specific. After Johnson. Trying to think. I can't think of anything specific there. I might have to check it out again, kind of refresh my memory. I've been hitting all these DLC ones in order and haven't quite got back. Oh, there we go. we got us something good. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that, because I can't remember. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to start revisiting a lot of these lakes in streams. And apologize if I sound a bit stuffed up today. It's apparently pollen season here already. And the rain is not knocking it down any, so there may be a few sneezes along the way as well. Now, whatever I got is, wow, there we go, it's finally coming in a bit. That took a lot of line. So our first cast in Minnesota is a good one. Are we jamming up on YouTube again? Man. This one it's in Minnesota. Or here, I'm in North Carolina. Trees started popping about 2.5, 3 weeks ago already. Got unseasonably warm and the trees decided to start blooming. It was just killing me. And we'll get this kicked over here on YouTube and make sure that, God, this doesn't want to come in. Oh, Tennessee, yeah. Let's go. I can see this thing. Just give me 1 second here. I'll pause it. Make sure we, there we go. Go live. Okay. Get things back on track on YouTube. Maybe not. Wow. Come on, we got us a good fish. Yeah, so depending where you are in Tennessee, that you might already be experiencing that as well. But it's been quite awful. The way this is fighting here, I think we got a muskie. Yeah. Hey. Look, it says net him and I still can't. There we go. Oh, boy, that's only a 28-pounder. Well short of our record. Man, that looks nice. Looks a lot nicer than the last one we caught. That's interesting. I caught it on this lure too, which is what I thought we would catch him on before. As this one seemed to really attract the pike and stuff beforehand, so. Whoop. Bad one. Maybe they made a little change with the into some of the equations. Whoa. Is that a crappie? Wow, yeah, that's a big crappie. I haven't seen one that looked like that before either. At least in game. We're fishing with monsters here in Minnesota. I don't think I even got to the spot where I wanted to go. So this is good. Try and fish a couple different locations. had wanted to get on the stream here a little bit earlier during the day, but time got away from me, so. Let's go. And hopefully everybody can hear everything all right. I can't. I have to adjust my own sound here. Oh. Let's start out this way again. While I do that. There we go. Hopefully I can hear a little of the game without it popping into the microphone. Or maybe not today. Yeah, I'll turn up the volume a little more. Whoop. Dang. Well, that's tiny, whatever this is. No, there's no way that fish caught that lure. That lure is bigger than that fish. Let's see how, yeah, almost 6 inches. That lure is, oh, 5 inches, okay. I don't think so. Alright, let's get down in here a little further. Another big fish. Let's check this area out down in here. See if we got any. Huh. Alright. There we go. Now I thought we had some urban type environments. Come on, reel in. I do hope it's more than a couple lake houses. I think a fair number of lakes have that. Well, come on. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Now we haven't caught any bass yet, so that's it's a little interesting. That the only reason I said that is because the meter finally went up to to red. I think I'm using 50-pound tests, so they probably shouldn't break it. Come on. There we go. We got us a nice sized bass. Yeah. Back here. Let's kick this thing again. Hopefully that's the last disruption we have on YouTube. Apologize. That seems to be the one that has the most problems. Alright, let's go. Oh, another one. Now Now this is a change from most of the streams where it takes half an hour to catch the first fish. So we're starting off right today. Now I didn't even look at what fish were here. Obviously bass and crappie and muskie, which makes sense. Would assume we probably have some pike. Walleye maybe. Most likely. Surprised they didn't just add Sauger, since they are in Midwest more. And look close enough to walleye that, you know, I find it a little surprising. Just add that. Hopefully everything sounds alright. Ooh, that sucked. May have turned up my audio a bit too much. Yeah, I think so. Jeez. I picked a winner of a spot. I need to keep from accidentally turning that trolling motor on, however. And that is something I do want to try out one of these days. Is, just throw bait in and turn on the trolling motor and see if we can't actually troll for fish. Since you can't do it with the big bass motors. The big guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Still waiting to get them jumping in the game. There we go. Oh, that's a smallmouth. Alright, 7-pounder. Oh, I'm definitely not disappointed in having bought this so far. Still not quite sure about the price. $11 for a lake. I don't know how I feel about that, but I've spent more than enough on lakes already. I know the 4-lake pass was nice. That it gave a little bit of a discount. Jesus, YouTube. There we go. Hey, how's it going, Omni? Is the stream coming through alright over there? I have to keep kicking it over on my end, it looks like. Or is it freezing up? Hopefully it's not freezing up over there, but if it is, just let me know. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. I don't know if it's just my control panel or what. Man, they're all right at the boat. Grabbing this thing. I do have to probably eventually make some changes to how I have everything set up too. We've been not always pleased with the way it comes through on there, so I have to adjust. There we go. I don't know if this is a small muskie or a pike. Okay, good. Yeah, just let me know. Like I said, look like they've been on my end. Good old OBS says I haven't dropped any frames, but who knows between the three services. Did wait a little bit to put this out, so completely missed it on the day it was announced, but I think I fell asleep rather early that day, which has been the case quite often. Right. You just got it last night. Have you been enjoying it so far? Ooh, tiger. There we go. Gorgeous looking. I'm not really gonna get out of this spot just yet. There we go, right by the boat again. Alright, yeah, let me know if that stream... Oh, there it came back on its own on my end. Hopefully that doesn't cut out on the replay. Yeah, we caught 7 pound, I think, right before you got here. But that was smallmouth. Hold on. Let me hit live here. There we go. Let me know if that skipped forward on you over on YouTube, or if it's just my own thing. I'm getting a lot more folks watching. I appreciate it. I got some notification on Twitch now too, so that's good. We had somebody join over there. I appreciate it. Thank you. Whee! They definitely changed the way that these fish are biting. Oh, you figured that out? How do you manage that? My own fishes. These muskie take forever to wear out. Look at the size of the fish on the fish finder too. Yeah, hopefully we're not real far behind. There. Oh, you can actually... I know you can do that when you're reeling in and don't have anything on. I didn't know if you just held it down it would. I don't really want to try it out at the moment. Since we got a nice one right here. God damn. think I just have problems viewing my own stream right now. We'll have to see. Come on. Look. See, I can net this thing. He's still fighting me, though. This looks like a nice dinosaur. Yeah, oh, northern pike. There we go. What is going on with this thing? Notification. Oh. Oh, playback error occurred. What the heck? The stream still working on your end? That's weird. Have to let me know. Jesus. That is the case. I apologize to everybody else. I'm just trying to make sure everybody can see everything all right. Let me try this again. Refresh it and see if that works. Alright, I think we're alright now. I think it's just a problem on my end watching. Maybe. Which is highly ridiculous, but it's the way it goes. But yeah, being able to cut them off is real good for the tournaments, especially the ones. That's okay. Yeah, I have a very solid internet connection, but I have trouble watching streams on YouTube myself. Kind of weird. So, largemouth, 7. Almost 8. Look at the belly on that thing. Oh, I definitely found a winning spot here. And we'll have to check out a little more of the lake. I want to see if it's all just a couple lake houses or we really do have some actual up against the urban environment here. And another one. This is probably crappy. Get another fish barely bigger than the bait. We hit the mother lode, but I'm starting to see smaller and smaller fish come through. Maybe we'll check out a little more of the lake here. It looks like they did on some of them. Some look a lot different. The pike look weird now compared to the muskies. I mean, I'll give them credit. They've been doing a good job of kind of going back on things. It's just they don't fix everything in one go round. That one's trying to bite my finger. All right. Well, let's look at the map here for a second. Okay, that's about where I wanted to be. Let's go out to that crossing point. Let's check it there. That's probably a decent spot. Alright, so these are actually farmlands on here. maybe they were plots with houses. Of course, I'm wrong. Here's a ledge over here. Ooh, big fish. Let's see. Let's get out here towards this rock wall. Move out into the inlet. Yeah, that's very true. Those are things that are nice, but I don't know, they might just kind of impact in performance more than it kind of adds to the game. I mean, there's always some stuff like that where they could do it, but the cost of which may not be worthwhile. We picked another good spot here. Seems like the whole lake is a good spot. What we got? Another bass. Oh my, catches everything lure. I was kind of upset I couldn't catch the muskie on this thing before. There we go. Another smallmouth. Damn YouTube. Trying to think what would probably be the next best thing that they could add. I think my biggest wish would probably just being able to fish from the back seat from a different position on the boat. Especially if you got to come to the front of the boat. I mean, this one has a console. Oh, they're showing them off on Tuesday, huh? I may have to, depending on what time of the day that occurs, I may have to check it out. That may be the first cast all day so far. We didn't pull anything in. Yeah, you know, fishing from a different position on the boat would be great. I'm trying to think what else. There was something else I just had in my head. 11 to 12. Tuesday. Try and mark my calendar for that. Now let's see. What else was there? Damn. Completely lost my train of thought, which happens quite a bit. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Midday. Midday here. Ish. Actually, I think it's like 1, 2. Oh, wow. Small trophies. Small in quotation marks, of course. Alright. Let's, oh, there we go. Let's make good use of our trolling motor here. Really hard to tell what is center though. Move in, yeah, let's stop right there. Hack that up. Would be interesting to see if they added an kind of all-electric lake where you had to use that. Granted, it would be a bit smaller. I imagine the next thing we're going to see probably is going to be European with carp in it, I would hope. Maybe they actually make some Asian lakes. There's one that I've seen on multiple shows, and I think it's in like Thailand or something like that. And it's just got some amazing carp and a bunch of other fish that I think it even has Wells catfish or something in it too that they already have. But it seemed like the kind of place that would be perfect for a game like this. You know, since all those seem to be more kind of private lakes. What we got up there by that tree? There's something. Tree branch or a snake. There isn't a whole lot of active wildlife. Yet having some catfish species here would be preferable, but I know sort of this side, the side of the fishing tree needed more work than the carp, in my opinion. But they could probably add a bit more. Oh, we got docks here. There we go. Yeah, I'd love to see some catfish in here. But I understand too, they finally add some more for you know, European side. Because now this has been getting a lot of attention lately, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Maybe they found a bigger audience for this than the carp one. I don't know. Well, we got a pike or a muskie. We got us a big missile fish. I'm on the PC. I play stuff on my consoles only as a matter of last resort. And by last resort, I mean not available on PC. I was like Dirt Rally 2.0. I can do like a little side stream if people are interested on it. But I got that to review, but I had it on PS4, and that was my only option to review it, so I bought it. I already had it pre-ordered on PC, but that's where I'm gonna play. That's where I've been playing it ever since I was done with the review, which you can check out on my website, by the way, virtualoutdoorsman.com, thevirtualoutdoorsman.com. I do have, and it is pretty basic. It's not the most awesome website in the world, but it works for now. As content will expand. Well, let's see. Maybe I will have to switch to a different setup. Oh, this is nice looking. Nice looking fish here. Let's get her in. Still looking for one that'll beat that first one I caught, however. Fine. Probably should just up the drag a bit. And that's the one thing, and I have to, it's hard to figure out, but I want to see if the drag, having the drag up actually even makes a difference in the time it takes to land these things. Hi, how's it going there? Thanks for joining us. Fishing boys. There we go. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Ooh. Trophy pike, 35 pounder. Well, that's my personal best. Huh. Alright. That I'm not sure. This is, let's see, we've been going for 41 minutes, so that's about all the time I've had in here so far. I actually like it. I like what I've seen. I've been catching fish nonstop. I was kind of contemplating whether or not these lakes are really, you know, $10.99 is, it's kind of like that price point that's a bit more than I really would like to pay for one of these things. And it just seems stupid. Well, I don't know. I don't know what really would be a good price point for these. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Yeah, I think $11 is just a tad much, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there's enough people like us that just keep buying them. I mean, sure, you can always get them on sale. You know, if you're willing to wait a bit. Yeah. Honestly, I only buy them right away because, you know, to stream them and gotta stay current that way. Yeah, it's one of those things that helps when you trying to make sure people watch you, I guess. Most current and up to date, which I haven't been. That's very true. Yeah, it's not making you fork out real cash for bait. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trade-off. I think they're just a tad on the high side. And if I wouldn't have any kind of interest other than just playing, I'd probably wait till they go on sale. But at the same time, Eurofishing, I didn't buy any of that DLC. Not a single bit of it. And that was probably because I was done playing it, and I didn't feel I needed to have it. I do have some of it made its way over here, I think, at least a lake or two. Yeah. Well, I won't talk too much about spending a crap ton of money on DLC because I own an awful lot of airplanes in DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. Those things are like 50, 60 bucks a piece. And I have an awful lot of those that I never even flew. Is this a walleye? I think this is. Yeah, well, 2K kind of, the basketball series got a little crazy with that. You know, you gotta pay for a haircut now and all sorts of stuff. I don't really like basketball, but I enjoyed playing the basketball games, and I just had to stop. I mean, I know you don't have to buy it, but they just kind of always shove it in your face. And Yeah. But yeah, back to the whole $80 to $400. I don't even want to know how much I'll spend on, like I said, DCS, where each module is 50 to 60 bucks. Yeah, I think the 90s is the last time I really watched. But yeah, I like to joke about last time I watched, Shaq was still playing in Orlando. Which isn't quite true. I watched the Sixers when they went to the finals. That's because they were fun to watch. There we go. That's a nice walleye. Nice size. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I know more's definitely coming. I wish they would figure out a way to make it more or easier for people to keep up with it that want to keep up with it without feeling like they're just spending $1 billion. You know, like Train Simulator. That's sort of the perfect example. You know, there's how many thousand stuff comes in packages there. So don't get me wrong, you can get everything for less than several $1,000s, but that does leave a bad taste in people's mouth when they just look at it and see that. Some of that is the way Steam presents it too. And I'm surprised that their Flight Sim World they packed that up, but I don't know. People kind of did a little revolt, I guess, against that. I don't know. I feel bad because anybody who tries to do anything in flight simulators now and do anything that isn't exactly like what somebody else did, people have a hissy fit about it. So it's like, well, what are you gonna do? There we go. More crappies. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do next. Maybe get something more than lakes. It's interesting. Like I said, I like the direction that they seem to be going with stuff. You know, like I said, I'm weary about the prices long term. Jesus, what's this fish doing? Yeah, especially when you jump in, because that's always the most daunting part. I think that's what I was trying to get at with Train Simulator is you get into it now, and you just feel like, you know, if you want to kind of get stuff, there's so much out there that you don't know where to start. Oh, fudge. Trout and salmon next. Now see, that would be good because that's a thing that you could do on both sides. You know, both sides of the Atlantic. So, at least trout fishing. I assume, I don't know about salmon. Wonder if that means they're going to add some kind of rivers and creeks and stuff too. That's one thing I find truly odd is, and that we have trout fishing at a lake here. It's just, it seems weird catching trout at a lake, if you ask me. I know they do it. I know there's plenty of lakes in Canada and stuff that have trout fishing as well. It's just, I always grew up pulling them out of the creek or the river. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've put in about 250 hours of Euro fishing by the time it released. others that have watched me before I might have mentioned it before. I actually was part of the official stream team when Eurofishing released. So I was highly involved in it for a while, but kind of burnt myself out. So come back, do things at my own pace, which probably needs to improve a bit. I always have plans on doing more than one stream a week, but it doesn't ever seem to pan out for a variety of different reasons. Let's see. I played Fishing Planet. I have not played Russian Fishing 4 yet. I've kind of held off on that. I'm sure I will at some point if I ever feel like I'm caught up enough to move on to other games. And yeah, try and make things too much money. Yeah, I have heard that about Russian Fishing 1. I think Fishing Planet probably, I mean, I don't know how it's changed in the few years since it's come out. Yeah. I think there's some other one. Oh yeah, Ultimate Fishing Simulator, which I like. Haven't quite. Maybe if I see a little more life on that stream, I'll play that again. There is some more DLC coming out for that I might check out. Yeah, I mean, this one seems to have things in the things together in the most areas. Let me say that. Some of the other ones are nice, very nice, and especially in the way that you have to actually do the proper techniques to catch the fish, but then you got to pay money for the lures, and like actual money. You know, why would I give you $2 for a lure that I can just literally go and buy myself physically for $2 and go out and fish it? It just doesn't make sense. You gotta sort of gamify it a bit. Which I don't mind. It's game, I know it's game. Don't make me think about the money too much. VC. Okay. Well, that's true. I don't feel so bad. I did not pay for the base game. That I did get for review purposes, so... But I paid for everything else. So anybody was wondering, yeah. This one came courtesy, well, the base game came courtesy of either Dovetail or, I believe, Sandbox Strategies, one of them. But, yeah, that's not bad right now. Oh. But it definitely won't be the last of it either. Oh, there we go. Very excited about it. Yeah. I don't know, I've been changing the way I kind of look at some of these things because a game that actually keeps you playing anymore over and over is becoming increasingly rare. Yeah, let's As long as I can hit a decent balance where you feel like you get proper value for your money, I mean, it should be alright, in my estimation. I could be wrong about that. Casino fishing. Let's take a gander at the map. Alright, so we're here. I want to go all the way over to the sandbank. Let's check out the sandbank. Move along. This does seem like a nice spot. Hey, look, here's a boat ramp. Let's see if we can go up it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's what keeps me playing this the most is, it's the one I enjoy the most out of all of them. You know, I have to agree with that sentiment, though. Eats place. Oh, stop, stop, stop. There we go. I wonder why there's no actual launch point there, since it's an actual boat ramp. That seems missed opportunity. Oh. Well, you can't complain that the fish don't bite here. One thing I do have a question about, and I don't know if anybody... They have the, like I said, the deluxe version of the base game. And kind of in reading that, in the Trophy Hunter pack, I wonder if the Trophy Hunter pack is kind of like the upgrade to deluxe, or if that's separate. That's one thing I wonder about. Decent bass. Weird looking. Smallmouth. There we go. Oh, I know another thing that can use a little tooling too is the amount of XP and tackle points you get for bass and all these fish. It just seems so much less than spending an hour fishing for carp. You know, I always feel like I gotta fish for carp to get enough money to fish for bass. Well, that's one thing I would like to kind of change a bit. There we go. Let's come on back. You're not a big fish. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask them to find out what the deal is. There we go, level 36. Yay! After like level 20, I don't know, is there any kind of benefit to the level other than bragging rights? Whoa! What do we got here that's running away with my line? Oh, it's just a bass. Yeah, just a bass. Before they put in the muskie and stuff like that, I didn't ever want to catch any of the pike. Now I just want to catch the big fish. It's probably because there aren't that big of bass in here. Get this thing over. Do need to, like I said, do this more often. Hopefully we get a few more people on Twitch over there. The only thing I think keeping me from affiliate status is the number of people that watch per stream. Consistency is key over there, I know. Like every time you reach 100 star. Oh. Well. Oh, well that's kind of silly. I mean, I guess that's a way to try and get people to just keep playing, but... I mean, level 100's a long-ass way away. Yeah, probably not if you're carping. That's, yeah, that's a long way away. Like I said, I don't know what I have, like 20-some hours in here. And it's not like I spend my time not catching fish. It's just reel them in, reel them in. Yeah, I know they said something about a star system, but I didn't know if there was really any benefit to it, if it, you know, still unlocked more lures, stuff like that. Because it looked like it did that way for maybe the first 20 levels in the store. There was more stuff, or it could have just been that it just so happened when I gained them. Oh. Well, wait. You know, if you're platinum, you probably don't need tackle points anymore. You know, if you've worked your way up that far, you probably don't need any of the stuff. So, I mean, it's a little backwards. Not that you want to get less reward for doing well. Not at all, but... You know, if I have everything in the game, and I now get increased tackle points on top of it, but there's nothing left to buy, well... That's sort of useless. Yeah. Well, you know, when I do a stream, I think the last one maybe got 1,000 from that whole stream, which is kind of absurd. I said because you know, if I do that fishing for carp, I'd have like 10,000 because they're all bigger. You know, even the small ones are 20 pounds. Well, let's see how many we get here. Does it say 171 XP? It doesn't say anything about tackle points. Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not even getting them. I assume you are. Pete's Island here looks pretty nice. I probably need to get on the other side of it. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. Can't really tell. I see the trees moving in the wind, but I don't think it really matters. But let's see, what else is there for fishing? I think the most hilarious thing that there is if you go on Steam and you look for fishing games and you search by just category for fishing, The top fishing game is Final Fantasy 15. Like actual fishing games are way down there. The first one you'll see is Final Fantasy 15. I think most people, including myself, have a hard time understanding how the fish finder works. I mean, I know how they work in real life, but they're not super helpful. Not super helpful in this game. Mainly because you don't have bait that you can throw over the side of the boat. I think it's 15 or I'll have to look again now, but it's either like 15 or 14 or something like that. Yeah, there's like fishing and all them. But if you search, you know, for the category of fishing games, anything tagged fishing, Final Fantasy is the first game that comes up. That's like calling World of Warcraft a fishing game. You could fish in it. Or Stardew Valley or something like that. I'm not ragging on anybody's game, I'm just saying. they're not fishing games per se. And all these things are a little bit fishing, hunting games are kind of a pain to find. Just because there's no specific category, you don't know what somebody's going to label the things. Nobody labels it outdoors. It could be action, simulation. You would think most would be simulation, but you'd be wrong. Not everybody says it is. Yeah. Now. Unless they're recommending them to me, I have a hard time finding them. Come on. Oh. No, don't knock off. There we go. This fish is not really yanking on there. Yeah. I'm not even talking about catching them because it's just like reeling them all in. The old booty shaker is working. So I guess if this keeps up and you're worried about it being worth $11 and you want to catch a lot of fish, well, I've caught more fish already here than I think I caught in Lake Arnold and every adventure we've been to there. I'll have to get back in those cypress trees though. Do a little bass fishing. There we go. And I don't think there was a general update. I think the only update came when I purchased the DLC, you know, apart from the February update. So that hasn't really changed much of anything. There we go, more. Alright, let's check out another part of the lake. Let's see, how long we got? 1 hour and 10 minutes. It's about 1 o'clock. Alright, just need to make sure I watch my time as well here. We got plenty of time for now. I'm driving. Thanks for watching again, everybody who's joining us. Greatly appreciate it. Virtual Outdoorsman channel on YouTube, Webcat Sims on Twitch, and Virtual Outdoorsman on Mixer. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully chat and everything comes through. I saw some comments from Mixer earlier. Ooh, we're getting deep. Let's see. But, yeah, I saw some Mixer comments come through, and some on obviously on YouTube here. Ooh, look. We got deep waters over here. Let's just fish it and see. I mean, I see no point in fishing deep water because all the fish are always up top. I have to see what's going on in everywhere here today. Yeah, all the fish aren't. I probably have to get closer to the shore here. This doesn't really look like a winning place. Well, it's good to know this thing doesn't dive all the way down. But you know, if you got something that's 80-some foot deep, wow, how far does this shelf extend? Go right up to the shore? There we go. So that one, I'm good with anybody fishing on any of them. I watch all of them. We had somebody ask about Boulder. I don't remember the last time I fished there, so I didn't have a good answer. And I apologize about any tips or tricks there, because I just don't remember that one offhand. Ooh, we got a walleye. There we go. One thing I am enjoying about this lake is that the fish are in spots that I would expect them to be in. I can't say that's always the case with some of these other lakes. Like here I look and I say, oh, this looks like it would be a good spot to fish. And it actually is. So that's a bonus that this lake has going for it, at least this time out. You know, we can come here again and not have anything. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for one to stream, you might as well stream here if the fish are biting that good. Lake Williams is his favorite. See, I'm starting to get them all confused. And I'm going to start giving them all musician names. This is Lake Bob Dylan. And Lake Williams, we'll call that Lake Hank Williams. I don't know. They gave all the U.S. lakes surnames except for Boulder. I think it's just the morning. I don't even change it, to be honest with you. Oh, poor strike. Which is no different than regular strike. And my bait's bigger. I don't think I've even fished once at night so far. I wonder if they got lights on the boat. I never even looked. I'm a real good fisherman. Whoa! What's going on here? Come on, fishy. Obviously we got a bass. But yeah, time of day is definitely the morning. Yeah, I think it is. It's also, they said 2,000 acres. Now, 2,000 acres isn't really that big of a lake, in my opinion. But for the game, it seems to be. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in thinking that 2,000 acres isn't that big of a lake. Bum, bum, bum. That's a nice size one. Trophy catcher. The smallmouth, excellent. Let's see if we can't get more. That's true. But I don't know. I thought about it before. Like I said, the Minnesota lake named Dylan, I'm like, well, the only person that, I'm like, how is that not Bob Dylan? I could have named it Lake Prince too. Like your two famous Minnesotans. That's why I was thinking of the other artist names. I'm like, wait a minute, they do this for other lakes too? I don't know any famous Arnolds that we could attribute to Tennessee. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have... Or they just given names to their buddies, which is cool. Somebody on the dev team who made this last name, go. But yeah, having some more well-known lakes in the U.S. kind of made out instead of the make-believe ones would be nice. See, I'm not wrong. It is Lake Bob Dylan. Yeah, that's the funny thing. You know, one thing I think about after a lot of these games come out or DLC comes out, it's like you don't think about sort of the ramifications of people trying to find your game or product anymore by what you name them based on what they're going to search for. You know, because you get people that, you look for Lake Dylan DLC and you get like Bob Dylan. No. It's just kind of funny. Well, there were some other ones that had some names that just couldn't really search for. I'm like, oh, what a thing to have to worry about these days. Whether or not somebody can find you on the internet outside of Steam or one of your consoles. No. Fun times. That's why I like fishing. Oh, I was worried we had gone. I thought we were gonna go 2 straight casts without catching a fish. We got some perch. And the last time I caught a perch, ripped up my dang hand. I'm not real fond of them right now. His scales were extra rough. I think I spiked myself a bit on his fin. There we go. Oh. See, we're gonna... Once we get some regular crowds here, we'll definitely be doing these. You might be able to... I don't know if there's crossplay. Crossplay, not cosplay. Could dress up like fishermen, too. It has been suggested before that I wear my fishing hat and vest for the... Yeah. We do. I enjoy getting, big group together to play. Having everybody on and all that. Now. Oh, pay attention. There we go. Another perch or something. I think it's time to move on from this spot. Ooh, crappie. You missed it earlier. We caught an enormous crappie to start. Let's take a look at what size that was. Like 4-pounder. That thing was huge. Huge. Let's go back and look at the map. See. Okay, we're up in there. Alright, I'm sure the greenway is okay. There's another dock there, so let's just stay away from there. Let's go over by these fields. And I'm so glad that we had somebody point out that my boat was actually... I did have my boat, I didn't have to buy an extra one. Look at my super fast boat. I just had to go to customize and it was there. Yeah. This one was a bit yellow. Like neon yellow. Somebody injected it. Like all the, ooh, I want to go up now. Let's... I'm sure the shore is fine. Wow. Showing a lot of big fish. Pardon me. Let's see if we got anything else. It's hard to really tell what's on the dang fish finder because when you're going it takes forever to catch up, so. And for your boat to slow down. Now I wonder. Oh, it was. You'll have to go back and watch that one. Okay, so we're here. Highway 61. Whoa, 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 look at all these fish. Go. Go, go, go. Go back that way. Oh. Isn't Highway 61 a Bob Dylan song? Or an album? If they totally did that, I'm gonna have to... I gotta look. I was gonna bite this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh. I do appreciate that. The pouring rain has somewhat kept the pollen down, so I'm not sniffing and... Whoa, what do I got? We got us a rather large fish here. Muskie, it appears. One thing I'm gonna need to do is I need to change the latency so I can interact with you guys a little better without a delay. I think I have them all set at different times, so my responses seem a little out of whack. Could be a mermaid. The Minnesota mermaid. There we go. He's under the boat. He's under the boat. Back in. What time is it? Alright. 1:15. Oh. Oh. Alright, that thing's just gonna pull. I bet it's not even gonna get my rod too worked up. I wish I didn't say that. Not gonna get my rod too worked up. Let's see, and yes, I'm looking for. I don't remember all my Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan songs. Yeah, that's how, by the way, fighting these things are. You don't really have to do much. What did it say on here? Highway 61? Highway 61 lyrics. Yep. Oh, Highway 51. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this really is Bob Dylan themed. And they either put it as Highway 61 just to be a little bit cheeky, or they got it wrong. Because the song is Highway 51. I knew it. This is Lake Bob Dylan. Come on, fish, get in here. There we go. We got us a dinosaur. Look at that. Rawr. Looks like a dolphin. Trophy catch. Still not our biggest. Hey, look at that beauty. Yeah, but look at the nose. It looks like a dolphin. Toggle the view. I can't zoom in. Well, there we go. 50, almost 55 inches. Like I said, I pick good spots. I wonder if all the other points are named after stuff too. I'll have to go back through. But yeah, that's kind of funny that I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that a song by? Well, they probably didn't expect old farts to pick up on it, or people to be old enough to pick up on it. I mean, I'm not really that old that I'll listen to it, but it wasn't like it was current when I was when I was a kid or anything. Come on, get in here. Look at the eye on that. Got some disease. I just think that's funny that they threw the nods into there. Like I said, it seemed pretty obvious to me, just from the name and the location. Well, it's just funny that it happened to be, seems to be truer. So I'm gonna have to re-examine some of these other DLC lakes in North America. Well, they're all in the US right now. That's what we need. We need some Canadian lakes. Or if they really want to have some fun, well, it would change a lot of stuff, but you know, put in a Great Lake. That's right. Hey, the booty shaker's my favorite lure. Here we go. Here's one of those glowing crappie. This one not as much as the other one. Now the other one was a trophy. How is this not a trophy? Yeah, said all that stuff. There's a lot of possibilities of things you could do. I think having some healthy competition too with some of these other ones would be good, but they definitely focus a good bit on stuff, on important things. Yeah, I do like the idea that they spend most of the time trying to get what they have right, and while still adding some new stuff too. Oh, jeez. Doggo slamming into the door back there. There we go. Yeah, the bass. Oh, well, that looks like much bigger than a 5-pound bass. Maybe he just swallowed a lot of air. Get back in here. So yeah, I think we did answer the question whether this is worth $10.99. I think yes. This is probably the most fun I've had at one of these lakes yet. I'm just still disappointed by Lake Arnold. I mean, I catch stuff, but stuff there just seems to be way harder to come by. In places where it probably shouldn't be. Especially considering that a lot of that is like a lot of the lakes here. What's the carp fishing like? I enjoy it. I think it's actually starting to be a little, well, I don't know what they've done to Eurofishing, so maybe I should walk that back a bit. It's pretty good. I think they eased up from making sure you have the right lure on the right beds and stuff, but I mean, there's a lot of having the right rig for where everything's lying and the baits and all that. So it's far more involved in a way that I wish this would be, but I like it. I think it's the only thing I find funny is when you put your fish down on the, or put your rods down on the fish holders, it's like that sets them off. Where if you held the same rod, like a fish won't get it until you put it down. That's not necessarily true. That's just one of those things where it seems like it happens. You know, there's the feeders and such too. Bait rod. I don't think it's really necessary. And I do like how they have all the named fish, however. You know, I mean, I know that's realistic over there. It would be kind of cool to catch a legendary fish or two in some of these lakes. There we go. Walleye. Looks a lot smaller. And I think next time I do stream, I may, most likely, unless they throw the update where the bass jump, I think the next one's gonna be carp. Gonna have to go back and do that. And go target in some stuff, plus that gives me the most tackle points, so it's hard not to want to do that. Oh, look, there's that neon crabby again. Just that one's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen him yellow. Could be wrong. Boom, alright. Let Let's see. I didn't even have to change lures once. Got us more. We got us another one. All right, this looks like a. I don't know. Oh, bass. Yeah, very true. Yeah. Oh, appreciate the follow there, Smithy. On there. Thank God Mixer lets me know when people people do give a follow. Yeah. I mean, the carp fishing's fun. You don't have to wait 4 hours or 12 hours to get a bite. You know, that part of it has is gamified. But it is, I think it's fun. It's just, I've never been carp fishing in real life. You know, bass fishing and all that, plenty. So I can't say how realistic that is. Oh, I didn't even strike it. Alright. Let's just say it seems good enough for me to have a good time. I did have some other carp simulator, and it was just carp fishing, and it was like, you know, wait 8 hours. I'm like, I'm not gonna play a video game for 8 hours. Like peak summer fit, yeah. It's, yeah, I agree with you, because you, if you make it too long in between bites, you're not really holding anybody's attention. You know, I think the best way is, you know, to add in those boss fish, or I call them boss fish, whatever you want to call them, special fish, special name fish, because, you know, you're not just going to get them right away. I mean, you can, but you have to target them with special bait. At least you used to before. They used to have bios that say they like certain things. They are actual fish. So, I mean, in that perspective, the carp is a little bit better just because they're working off of real lakes and real fish. That pike looks tiny after all the whoppers we've been catching. I think my favorite of the carp lakes is actually, well, the Polish one that came out with the Quad Lake Pass, which I can't pronounce. I won't even try and pronounce, but it's like the Lake of the Beasts or something like that. Jury visit, whatever. That one's good. Yeah. Well, some lakes are better than others. Whoop. I mean, some of them take forever. But that one's good. I think it's Bergsee or something like that. The one in Austria, which I liked. Well, there's plenty of other ones I don't think I've even checked out more than cursory glance at, like, the canals one. The city one. I know that was one they added to Eurofishing, and I never got it or anything like that, so. I don't know. I wish they would kind of add the old linear farm one that they have from there. Because there were some pretty sweet lakes there. I think the lakes they have at that complex in this game are different. I don't think it's the same lake. I think it's a different one because there's, what, like 7 or 8 lakes there. kind of hesitate to call them lakes. They're more like ponds. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, because when I looked it up in real life, I noticed it was a bunch of small lakes. I mean, real small. As long as it's big enough to catch what you're looking to catch fish, and that's fine. That's a nice tiger. Yeah, well, that's one of the, I guess, benefits of Dovetail being from that area, is they can go and it's easy for them to go and get the details. You know, that's something they can accurately go and get if they were to try and remake a lake here. There aren't a whole lot of small lakes that are popular. Or that would kind of give you that. You see, I'm trying to think. I mean, I know there are pay lakes here, but not a whole lot. Oh. Well, there is one. There's one I went to that's kind of on the edge of the mountains here. It's where the hills start, and it's only like 17 acres, but it's up in the mountains. It's nice scenery. That would be a good one to kind of copy. And that's the one they were talking about adding trout and salmon. They actually stock that with trout. I'm sure it's just like a freaking slaughter when they stock it. Everyone's there just yanking them out left and right. And I think one year they accidentally double stocked it. Like I said, the small 17-acre lake that they double stocked with trout. And it was actually pretty weird too as well, because they actually had signs there asking you to basically take bass that were undersized out, because I guess there's so if you there's too many of them, so none of them grow too big unless you start yanking out some of the smaller ones. Isn't I thought they had one. No, New York, California, Florida. Oh, Jesus. Now, I'm sure they will have one from Michigan. Too big of a fishing state not to add one in. Yeah, when I'm fishing for bass, I catch plenty of perch, if I'm honest, and crappie. But that's because I just throw whatever I feel like throwing. If I changed my lures, I would catch crappie. I'd probably still catch perch. But that's just kind of the way that, you know, I'm usually not looking for a whopper bass. Now you can confirm there's trout fishing in the UK, right? There's salmon too? I don't remember. I believe. Yeah, okay. And it's, see, I remember this now because when Eurofishing was in early access, you know, it was like trout fishing and salmon were kind of like the kingly one, and carp fishing was seen as like, bleh. And it's funny because it's like they had a different attitude about adding that. It's like, oh, everybody wants to catch those. Nobody. But of course, you know, I've seen mainly from the video game kind of got me interested in noticing all the kind of the carp fishing culture. Yeah. Is it fly fishing only for all of them? They let you actually throw regular lures. Yeah. Hey man, it seems to be getting more popular by the year, huh? There we go. Alright, is there any more place? Man, I'm just catching bass left and right. Oh, no problem. Now see, where I grew up, you catch trout with just regular hook and whatever. But there were parts where it was kind of fly fishing only. Here in North Carolina, there's, other than that lake that I mentioned, that's the only, I think that's the only one where you're allowed to catch them with anything other than like fly fishing gear. Alright, this thing is going. Whatever I caught, it's going. 50 yards. 51 yards. Holy crap. There we go. Apologize for the sniffing. My nose has held up real well. Yeah, I think we got us a big muskie. Let's see if the missile come through. It doesn't actually look that big. Could be wrong. It pulled out that far. But yeah, my nose has held up pretty well without closing up on me, but I think that's coming to an end. Either that or my medicine I took earlier is wearing off, so once we pull this one in, we'll probably call it a day. Plus, it's getting close for me to pick my children up. So let's find out what we got here. And I will actually not throw out again after this one. Like I said, I wasn't going to do last time, and I still did. There we go. Oh, that's a pike. That's not as big as I thought the way it was fighting. Ah. Deceptive. It's the only way I can describe that. Well, anyway, I think that's enough here for today. Should be back maybe, well, possibly later on tonight. We'll see. I appreciate everybody that's watching, and if you enjoyed it, you know, follow along at appropriate channels. Virtual Outdoorsman on YouTube, or just Virtual Outdoorman on Mixer, or Mudcat Sims on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. Helps out get a little more popular, some more views in here, so things been going well. I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care, everybody.